So, what are you planning to do on the weekend? Visit a friend, go for a walk, sit in a park, play a round of golf, drop a line from a tinny, or perhaps have a swim at the beach. It demonstrates just how quickly we've all adapted, how dramatically our world has changed, because we all know none of this is certain, none of that is easy. Much of it might be against the law, depending on which state you live in and who's interpreting that law. Frankly, none of it should be against the law. All of this ought to be allowed within reason. To me, the key rules here with social or physical distancing have been straightforward and general. As I summed it up the other day, stay home as much as you can. When you go out, stick to couples or family groups and keep your distance from others. That's it, really. Prescriptive rules and policing about sitting as opposed to walking in parks or walking on beaches as opposed to golf courses. All of this is over the top. It's creating confusion and it runs the risk of generating resentment very quickly. Here's Channel 9 reporting from Melbourne on this earlier today.
Well, to try and ease confusion here in Victoria, the state government has banned all outdoor activities except for basic exercise like people jogging and walking, you can see here this morning. So that means no more playing golf, fishing, boating or camping. If you do break the rules, you can expect a fine of up to $20,000. The Victorian Chief Health Officer says he knows these restrictions are tough, but if we don't do it, people will die. But why there is confusion is because over the border in New South Wales, it's okay to play golf and go fishing as long as you observe social distancing rules.
Yeah, it's all pretty annoying stuff, isn't it? We want a common sense approach, and let's hope as we get this bedded down, we'll see more common sense. I think we've got to remind ourselves that just as this is new to us in so many different ways, it's also new to the politicians and, importantly, to the police who have to implement these rules. So we've all got to show just a little bit of forbearance. And a key takeout from the Prime Minister's media conference after today's National Cabinet is that there's no new restrictions for now.
It isn't just the government asking you to do this, it's your fellow Australians asking you to do this, because by complying with those arrangements and supporting those arrangements, you're supporting your fellow Australians.
And just for a bit of international context, if you like, if you reckon our federal system isn't perfect, then think of the US, where they have a federal system with 50 states. So a national cabinet isn't really going to work. And while the virus is running rampant in some areas, like New York City, there's still no national cohesion on social distancing.
Some states are still not issuing stay-at-home orders. I mean, whether there should be a federally mandated directive for that or not, I guess that's more of a political question, but just scientifically, doesn't everybody have to be on the same page with this stuff?
Yeah, I think so, Anderson. I don't understand why that's not happening. As you said, you know, the tension between federally mandated versus states' rights to do what they want is something I don't want to get into, but if you look at what's going on in this country, I just don't understand why we're not doing that. We really should be.
Yeah, and that's one of the President's chief medical advisors there. Yeah, the needs are going to be different, of course, between, say, New York City and Idaho, but you want to have some sort of national consensus on this. Back to Australia, and our next challenge is school holidays, effectively starting next week right around the country as we have our traditional holiday weekend over Easter. This year we're going to be told to keep all our eggs in the home basket.
People should not be going away for Easter holidays. This is Easter at home.
Yep, stay home, follow the physical distancing rules. And remember, so far this stuff is working. We are doing well in this country. But the combination of Easter, our grim challenge, and the need to keep our spirits up reminded me of this classic bit of advice.
You know what they say? Some things in life are bad. They can really make you mad. Other things just make you swear and curse. When you're chewing on life's gristle, don't grumble, give a whistle. And this'll help things turn out for the best. And always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the light side of life.
Yeah, it's not always easy, but always look on the bright side of life. Despite slip-ups and imperfections, few countries have managed this pandemic as well as Australia so far. And if we keep at it, we'll only increase our chances of looking for ways to get our society and economy moving again as soon as possible.